Hi, Assalamualaikum, and a very good day to everyone. This particular week, I'll be doing the lecture video for Unit 6. And how am I going to do this particular video is just I'm going to give you a brief explanation on what the unit is about, and then I will straight away going into the skills that we're going to learn in this particular unit, the speaking, listening, and presentation skills. Okay, first, I'm sorry, that was my cat. Okay, first I would like to talk about treasured places because that is the title of this particular unit. So the picture that you are seeing right now at the background is actually the picture that I've taken in Pulau Perhentian during the morning, and it was a really beautiful morning. And for me, my personal treasured place is Pulau Perhentian because that is the place that I enjoy taking pictures at, and that is the place that I enjoy the most, that I feel comfortable, that I feel relaxed, that I feel disconnected to the hectic, busy, mind-boggling city life or work life. So when I be able to go to Pulau Perhentian, that is the place that I unwind. So for me, that is my treasured place. Okay, first I would like to talk about speaking skill, and this is where we ask for and give clarification. Basically, that is just a basic speaking skill that I am sure you have done it before a million times, where you ask people for clarification as well as you yourself give clarification. But this time around, we're going to learn polite language to ask for and give clarification. That is very important. So here are some of the polite expressions for asking for and giving clarification, and for checking understanding as well. So when you would like to get people to explain more of what they are saying, that you don't get what they are saying, so this is the way for you to do it, and also the way for you to make sure that others understand you. Of course, when we give an explanation of something, we would like to know whether the person that is in front of us or the audience that is listening to us get what we are trying to say. And remember, communication is all about sending messages. So when you send the message, you would like to know whether the audience get the message or not. So when you would like to ask for clarification, these are a few ways for you to do it politely. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it? I'm not sure I understand the question. Sorry, I'm not following you. So these three phrases or sentences you can use when you would like to ask for someone to clarify something. You would like to asking for clarification, and now you would like to check for your understanding. This is the moment where people telling you something and you would like to check whether the one that you are understand, the information that you get, is correct or not. This is the moment where you doubt yourself whether you have received the correct message or not. So these are a few ways for you to do it. First, are you saying that? Do you mean that? If I understand correctly, you are saying that, right? Are you saying that? Do you mean that? If I understand correctly, you are saying that, right? Oh, now I get it. You are talking about, right? This is the moment where you would like to ask the speaker whether you get the right information or not. And now you would like to make sure others understand you. Before this, you are the listener. You listen to people's talking. But now you are the speaker and you would like to know whether your audience get the information that you're trying to convey or not by asking, are you following me? Are you here with me? Have you got it? Do you see how? Let me clarify. Let me put it another way. So these are the phrases that usually your lecturers will use when your lecturers gave a lecture or gave an explanation about something, and then these are the ways for the lecturers to know whether you get the information or not. As simple as that. There will be an activity for you to do where you're going to include all this information. So now we're moving into listening skill. So before this it was a speaking skill, now we are moving into a listening skill. So recognize linking. Within a thought group, speakers often link the end of one word to the beginning of the next word. However, we do not usually link the end of one thought group to the next. Read and listen to the example. So now we're moving into listening skill. This is where we recognize linking. So within a thought group is when you would like to deliver a point, and with the examples, with everything, and you put it in one set of information that you're going to deliver. In writing, you're going to put this in a paragraph, but in speaking, you're going to actually have this in a thought group. So speakers often link the end of one word to the beginning of the next word. However, we do not usually link the end of one thought group to the next. What is the meaning here is actually when we have a different thought group, is actually, if we are going to apply this to writing skill, is actually when we divide thought groups into different paragraphs. And of course, you're not going to link the end of one thought group to the next. You're not going to combine or link two different thought group in one paragraph. You are going to actually separate them. So this is what happened in a thought group. But linking here is when you link the end of the sound at the end of one's word to the next. So for example, let me put it another way. You're actually linking let me, you combine it. Let me put it another way. Put it another way. You combine it together. Put it another way. And this is actually when you link the sentence, the words together, referring to the text below. Linking can make it hard to distinguish all of the words in a thought group. Some of the unstressed words almost disappear. Let me put it another way. It is kind of disappear here because you combine everything together. But the good thing is, when we talk or when a speaker gives a speech and they use linking, some of the unstressed words almost disappear. This makes the stressed word stand out more. The good thing is, when the unstressed words almost disappear, this makes the stressed word stand out more and can make two or more words sound like one word. So when we speak, we will stress the word that we would like to focus on. And this makes us, as the speaker, will unstress the words that we think is not important. So as a speaker, when you do this, you're actually giving a hint to the audience that these are a few words that I'm going to stress on, then they are very important. And as a listener, when you listen to a speaker talking using linking words and the speaker link words together, and sometimes squish a few words together and making it sound like one word, you will recognize the keywords that the speaker is stressing on, which is the important ones. If you are aware of linking, you can train your ear to listen for it. With time and practice, you will be able to hear each word. For example, I'm just going to use that particular first sentence. Let me put it another way. You combine it together. If you are listening to this, sometimes you will lose a few words because that is the first time you ever listen to that particular linking words, for example. But if you train yourself listening and finding this linking word, it will help you to understand it better and get each word that the speaker is speaking, that the speaker is conveying, rather than just listen to the stress words. And now we're moving into presentation skill. This is where we're going to talk about be an active participant in a discussion. So when we talk about discussion, sometimes it's different and it's difficult for someone to participate in that particular discussion. Sometimes it can be about the topic of the discussion that doesn't interest you, or you know nothing about that particular topic and you are not comfortable talking about that particular topic. So participating in a group discussion is easy for some students and difficult for others. Here are some guidelines that will help the discussion go smoothly for everyone. So like what I told you before, discussion is, for some people, it's really basic. They can do it, it's easy, but for some people it's really difficult. So these are the ways for you to cut. So here are some guidelines on how you can help yourself to do better in a group discussion. First, listen carefully to what others say and make sure they are finished before you begin speaking. Don't interrupt. And if you really need to interrupt, there are a few ways for you to do it. For example, you can say excuse me, so that you are giving a hint to the speaker that you would like to interrupt. But never interrupt people in the middle of a sentence, because that is really rude. Wait for the people to finish that particular sentence, or he or she is taking a break, then that is the moment you interrupt. And the best is to wait for them to finish, and then you can say what you would like to say. Ask for clarification if you are not sure about something. This is a very good advice to students. If you don't understand something, ask for clarification. Don't just assume that you got the correct information and just go with it. If you are not sure about that particular information, ask. That's all. Look at other participants when you speak. If they look confused, check their understanding. So when you talk, you look at other participants. Don't just look at the walls or the floor when you talk. Look at other participants and look at their facial expression. If they look confused or do not understand about something that you are talking about, check their understanding. Ask for clarification, the one that we have learned before. Build on other participants' contributions by briefly referring to their ideas and then adding your own. For example, I agree with what Ali said about this. In addition, I think that it's better if we do this and this and this. So you are actually using a link between one person's idea with your own. Don't just go straight with your idea without referring to what you're talking about. So when, let's say that Ali is talking about something and you would like to add on that, it's really great for you to rephrase what Ali have said before and then continue with what you want to say. So it's actually will sound connected with what you are trying to say and with what Ali have said before. Make sure everyone in the group has the chance to express their ideas. This is where if you have a group member that is having problems in speaking, or they do not know what they would like to talk about, for example, this is the moment where you need to ask them, to invite them into the discussion. Don't let anyone feel left behind. If someone is not participating, ask him or her a question. For example, Anthony, what do you think about what Maria just said? This is what I was talking about. When you notice that maybe one of your friends is not talking in that particular group discussion, ask them a question. That is the easiest way for you to invite someone into a discussion. So, remember the first slide that I've shared with you? I've talked about my treasured place, which is Pulau Perhentian. Just a fun question. What is your treasured place? Thank you.